What's up guys, it's me Kira, and this week we're back to our guides, and most of you requested how to beat Marth, so here it is. Let's get started. So the number one thing you guys need to learn is how to beat Marths who spam forward smash. This move looks all big and scary, but it has a ton of lag, so the first thing you need to do is learn how to punish it. By far the most efficient way to beat this move is to run up and shield it, and then wave dash out of shield. This movement might be a little tricky for newer players, but it's absolutely essential and will probably win you a lot of games on its own against other noob Marths. You can also space just outside of forward smash range, or if you think you have a good read on when they like to pull the trigger, you can use roll or even spot dodge to avoid it. However, shielding the forward smash is the most reliable option. A lot of Marths like to use forward smash when you're near the ledge as well, so watch out for this. Tip number 2, beating Marth's aerial spam. You're gonna wanna pay attention to this part, because this is an insanely crucial step to understanding how to beat Marth. Marth's attacks have two giant weaknesses that most other characters do not have. The first weakness is that his moves are only strong when he hits with a very specific part of the attack, which is obviously the tip of the attack. Even if you get hit by this move, if you're within this range, you can abuse crouch cancel to beat out pretty much anything Marth has. In fact, you can cheese out a lot of lower level Marths simply by running in close to them when they jump and crouch canceling their forward air. His second biggest weakness is that his moves don't stay out for a long time like most other characters. All of his attacks only hit at a specific timing. That means, depending on when he does his attack, it's vulnerable either right before he does the move or right after he does it. For example, if Marth does his standard forward air, you can hit him before it even comes out, but if he does a rising forward air, you can definitely punish after it ends. So if you get within this tipper range, you can crouch cancel his aerials, and if you're further away, you can whiff punish them. If you're too far away to punish or are having trouble directly whiff punishing a late aerial, most Marths will dash dance backwards after their attacks, so you can overshoot your attacks to get them anyway. In fact, this leads us to tip number 3, punishing dash dance camping. This is pretty much the same as beating everyone else's dash dance grabbing, simply overshoot your aerials, or bait him to grab you by doing a shallow attack and punishing after he whiffs. If he wave dashes back, it can also be punished in similar ways to dash dancing. Marth's shield pressure is mostly doing spaced aerials and mixing up grabs here and there to keep you on your toes. So for the most part, you'll want to watch out for when he throws in a grab and avoid it with a spot dodge, roll, or by jumping over it. If he spaces his tilts and aerials on your shield, you can also wave dash backwards out of shield to escape at the right moment, often after an up tilt or when he jumps to do another aerial. Shield pressuring Marth can be a bit tricky because of his giant grab range, but you can still space outside of its range, and Marths will spam shield grab because of how often they get away with it. Late aerials into other moves can also beat grab, but landing behind Marth is especially good because he doesn't have a strong out of shield option to hit people behind him. Most of the time, Marths will opt to roll or wave dash away from you, so landing behind him with an attack can often net you a free read on his movement. Even if he does down air out of shield, it is very laggy compared to his other options. For those of you who have been following our channel, you already know that we have a how to edgeguard Marth tutorial uploaded, so check that out for this part. The best way to combo Marth is to stay under him. His methods of getting back down to the ground are somewhat limited, so here's how we can take advantage of that. Firstly, always watch for the initial side B. Once you hit Marth into the air, 90% of Marths will use side B to slow their descent. However, this is really punishable, so keep an eye out for this. After that, he'll have to come down with a forward air or down air. Down air is his laggiest aerial and can be whiff punished once he reaches the ground or a platform. Forward air has the same weaknesses that were outlined earlier. Either he hits you at the perfect time, or he gets hit either before or after it can come out. Usually if Marth is further away from you horizontally, he'll be more inclined to forward air right before he hits the ground, but if he's above you, they'll get scared and pull the trigger a bit earlier. And of course, you can always crouch cancel the forward air if he does get too close. Even if Marth does grab the ledge from his recovery, he's more vulnerable there because of his lack of an invincible ledge dash. His ledge game is largely a giant mix-up of early aerial versus late aerial, and short spacing versus long spacing. We will go more in depth over this in another tutorial since it can be pretty complicated even on its own, but just know that it's pretty similar from him landing from an aerial in the middle of the stage. Thank you for watching everyone. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button next to it for more notifications, so you won't miss out on any extra tips that we upload. For our comment war this week, I actually have a question about our tutorials. I think we will begin to do more advanced tutorials like our one on Mango's Marth and Aerial Drift, and also more tutorials for super new players, such as how to wave shine. What do you guys think? Are videos like our How to Beat X Character series and matchup guides aimed at the right skill level, or would a good mix of everything be best? As always, feel free to let us know what kinds of videos you guys are looking forward to the most. Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next week.